Hi everyone, welcome back to science. Today we are going to do the making a thunderstorm experiment. So this should be fun. First I wanted to kind of go over again, it's kind of what we do every time for science, the overview, and this just tells you the steps to use using the scientific method with the experiment. So you guys can read through that, and basically what it says is you're going to go through the scientific method, and this has been adapted for specifically our students at our school, so it's a little easier for them to understand. So of course the steps are observe, wonder, ask questions, discuss the materials used for the experiment, predict, plan and predict what is going to happen, explore, actually do the experiment, touch, feel, look, and listen, and review, and make references is check, and that's the last step. So I actually did give you a packet that has the 4 steps on it, and we'll go through those during the experiment, but real quick, it's observe, what do we need, predict, what will it do, the third one, look, listen, taste, feel, and smell. Do the actual experiment. And check, what did it do? If you hear little paws and nails on the floor, it's because my dog is running back and forth, so sorry about that. He likes to be included in everything that I do. So, let's do the experiment. So the first thing that we need to do for the experiment, we have to follow the scientific method, which is observe, wonder, ask questions, discuss the materials needed for the experiment. What do we need? First thing that we need is a clear plastic container. It says like the shoebox size. So I had this little container to use. All right. The next thing it says is warm water. I got some warm water. I have it in here so it's easy, so I can just pour it right in. Red food coloring, and then ice cubes made with blue food coloring. So that's why it has taken me a while to film this experiment, because I had to make blue ice cubes, and it took a while. And it took a while for me to actually get them to be the blue that I wanted them to. So you can see in here, you can see there's like ones that are like light blue, barely blue, and then you see the dark ones that I just made because I put blue dye in every single slot of the ice cube tray. So we have to have the blue ice cubes. And then we can predict. That's the second step of the scientific method, predict. Plan and predict what is going to happen. What will it do? Will it do nothing, or will it make a thunderstorm? So make your predictions now, and we will do the experiment. All right, next step of the scientific method is experiment. Explore, touch, feel, look, listen, and taste. And smell. I don't think it has smell on here, but yeah. I would not taste this experiment because it's just basically water and food dye. Yeah, I guess you can if you want to, but I personally would not. You can look. You might be able to hear something. Feel, maybe after the experiment, you can see that while I was making the ice cubes and using the blue dye, I got it all over my hands. And you can smell. I don't know if there'll be a smell, but you can see that there is. All right, next step is to do the experiment itself. So I'm going to follow the directions. First it says fill the plastic container 2/3 full with lukewarm water. So I have my lukewarm water in here. I'm just going to fill it to 2/3 full. I don't know, I might need to have a little more water. Okay. A little more. Okay, that looks good. 2/3. All right, so we have our water filled. It says let the water sit for a minute. Okay, so let's let it sit for a minute. And let's look and see what the rest of the, looks like this is leaking. Oh, well. After we do the experiment, if you guys do it, will you send me what your predictions were? And I would like to see, and then your check step 2. I'd like to see that, just to see how you guys are doing. And since I'm not able to actually do it with you, I'd like to know what how you guys are doing with it. All right, I think we've let it sit for enough. Okay, it says place a blue ice cube at one end of the plastic container. Okay, so I'm gonna put it over here. Maybe I'll put it over here. Okay, this is one end. And then it says, add 3 drops of red food coloring to the water at the other end of the plastic container. 1, 2, 3. And then it says, watch what happens. Okay, I'm watching. I'm thinking it's going to be something with the warm water and the cold water mixing together. Something's going to happen. If you can see, I don't know if you guys are able to see this, but what I'm noticing is the blue dye from the ice cube is sinking and it's going under. And the red dye from the warm water is up on top. So like the red is above the blue. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. And the ice cube is almost done. But that's kind of cool. So basically what happened was the blue and cold water sinks while the red in warm water rises. This happens because of the word convection. And the blue water represents the cold air mass, and the red water represents the warm, unstable air mass. A thunderstorm is caused by unstable air, and convection plays an important part. A body of warm air is forced to rise by an approaching cold front. Therefore, thunderstorms form. So you kind of can see the red is kind of like a thunderstorm. And like the blue is just on the bottom. But like the blue with the mix of the cold water and the warm water shows like how it's actually formed. So the blue cold water mixing with it made the red look like that, and that's kind of like what a thunderstorm looks like. Cool. So yeah, all right, so let's do the last step of the scientific method, which is check. What did it do? Did it do nothing, or did it make a thunderstorm? I don't know if you guys can see the thunderstorm, but it did make a thunderstorm. Look back at your prediction, see if you were right or wrong. If you were right, way to go. If not, it's all good. It's a learning experience, and what a cool, fun experiment that we just did. All right, that is it for me. You guys have a terrific rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow for morning meeting. Bye, guys.